Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. This is Tac Systems Quartz Guard. Now, I did review on Quartz Easy. Guard is just for straight up slickness. That's what they went for with this coating. It can protect for a year or two. This would be like their Tac Moonlight, but on steroids. Another product that similar that you may be familiar with would be Geon Can Coat. It's about 25% or so solids. This is a little bit higher, meant to last another year longer. So about 2 years tops. But again, they went up for straight up slickness. With Easy, they were going for durability and the hydrophobic properties, high contact, water contact angle. When it comes to application, we have the hood of the Jaguar here prepped, and we're going to do a crisscross pattern to ensure even coverage, a nice thick layer. Let it dwell for a minute or two. Gives me time to mosey on over, taking my time to grab two microfiber towels to wipe off. The first one to sort of spread out the product. By now, though, the SiO2 or whatever they're using in the coating for protection has already bonded, so it's the transfer solution that you're starting to work off of the surface. Come in with a second microfiber and buff to perfection. To be perfectly honest, it's a little bit more of a chore to wipe off than a lot of the newer coatings. With the newer coatings that are available in today's age, and that includes Blue Collar One, our polysilazane coating, they should be easy to wipe off. There should be quick bond time, hardly any cure time whatsoever. That's what we're shooting for. Really cutting down on time when it comes to application and cure. This is a little bit harder to wipe off. Let me give you a first-person view. Again, put it on nice and thick, crisscross pattern, up and down, or away from you, and then towards you, and then from left to right. And that will ensure even coverage. You could take your time working the 3x3 or 4x4 section, no need to rush, but you'll start to see the sweating, like right here, and it gives you an indication we're just about at the time limit to start wiping it off, and we'll grab that first microfiber and again start wiping up that transfer solution. Now, this is nothing that would deter me from using the product, but there's a little bit more effort wiping off the transfer solution. It takes a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, but it does nothing to kick back the gloss that we already have on this vehicle. It's corrected and perfected and ready to go. So we just continue on with the same process applied to all hard surfaces on the vehicle, including headlights, taillights, aluminum, chrome, any type of trim, black piano finish, A, B, and C pillars, glass, exhaust tips, and wheels. So we have one positive and one drawback. The positive, it looks good so far. And the drawback, it takes a little bit more time and effort to get it on the vehicle. But again, this coating is shooting for straight up extreme slickness. So maybe that's what it takes to get a product this high on the slider when it comes to slickness. And yes, slickness is important. It may be more important to some than others, but it's important when it comes to the abrasion threshold of a coating. The slicker the coating, the more resistance it has to something brushing up against it and abrading the paint or the surface, if that makes sense at all. And you can tell by the bottle, we hardly used any at all. We hardly put a dent into it. That is a 200 milliliter bottle, so that could do 10 to 15 vehicles. And the bottle's quite pricey, but if you convert 10 to 15 vehicles into a coating package, you're making your money back plus. So finished with the vehicle and it's starting to cure. I can tell you it looks fantastic. You can already feel the slickness under the coating as you're wiping off the transfer solution. So I can't wait to feel the coating after it has fully cured. Let's pull it outside and take a look as well. Okay, time to get to the test panel where we can truly put the coating through its paces. If you're going to use this as a standalone, I've been successful using it as a topper to add slickness, or if you want to use easy, extreme hydrophobics to an existing aged coating, you can go right on top of that, or PPF, or even a wrap, no problem. But if you're going to use it as a standalone, which it's made for, make sure you do the proper decon, wash, and at least a cleaner polish. I left a little bit of imperfections so we can see its filling capabilities as well. Let's get this test hood coated, and with the shop light and the dark black color, you'll probably be able to see even a little bit better how this goes on and then wipes off. Okay, that's been plenty enough time for the bonding process to start. Let's grab 2 microfiber towels and get it buffed off. As you can see there, just a little bit extra effort to get the haziness and the transfer solution wiped off of the panel. A little grabby. Cure time is important with these coatings. They don't want you to get it wet for the first 24 hours, but proper cure, you want to give it a week minimum. Sometimes it could take up to 20, 30 days for certain coatings to cure properly and fully before you want to go crazy on them. You can start washing most of them after a week. Now, what they were advertising with the coating, the slickness, it absolutely delivers on what they were advertising. Extremely slick. So that delivers. I would also like to show you this characteristic, the Tac Systems Quartz Guard. Really has extreme jetting effect. So whatever you apply it to will definitely give it a darker, richer, a deeper look. So for whatever that's worth, I wanted to share that with you. With a coating like this, is it worth getting that much slickness and then having to put a little bit more time and effort into it? Well, I wanted to show that in this video and leave that up to you. It does bead like crazy, and it dries off really, really quickly, really well to avoid water spots. Now, as a shout out to Stan the Detailer on these sponsored social media pages, we're going to do the extreme flame and abrasion test. Coatings claim to have a high temperature and abrasion threshold. We're going to put that to the test. First, the fire test. Hey, if they can light them on fire for a Facebook sponsored ad, so can we. For the abrasion tests, we're going to see how it holds up in case you go down a driveway and you slide down the driveway on the car's side or through brush or thick trees. We'll see how it holds up to abrasion and scratching. With all the kidding and fun aside, it is a decent coating. A little bit more effort. Is it worth the slickness? I'll leave that up to you. Well, the coating had a hard time retaining its gloss for some reason. Oh well. We'll give the coating an apex rating of 6.5, maybe even 7 out of 10, and I'll put a link down below for you to investigate further.